Oh, what's up, spectators? Welcome back to another episode of Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Maya is accused of 2 murders, as it says right there. Thank you, Espella, for giving us a good recap. I think that's... Wait, where's that... that dastardly chat log? Oh, okay, I guess we'll just continue on. Oh, dearie me, I was right as always. This gruesome murder will be in the next exam. Make sure to take notes. I shall divulge what really happened. We are all ears, Miss Primstone. Let's see. That hat maker was pointing the knife at the witch's familiar. Ah, yes, that's what it was. We were talking about how the purple stone creates a sort of ghost, a weightless ghost that murdered people. Okay. Let's see, where was I? Hat maker's pointing the knife at the... have I pressed these already? No. Hold on. Let me review what's in the evidence. Let's see here. Golden Layton. Turned into gold. Right arm is missing. Contains the gems and the floor plan. Okay, well, for now, let's press.
Hold it!
Did you actually see the familiar? Oh, dear me! No, I did not. When that boy opened the door, the familiar had just disappeared. Had the boy opened the door sooner, no doubt we'd all have seen it. If he were my student, I would have made sure to teach him not to dilly-dally.
Wait.
Yes?
Hang on!
Hang on! What the hell is wrong, Luke? You seem to be in deep thought about something. It's not right! Oh! Is there something in Miss Primstone's testimony that you'd like to comment on? That's what I keep telling you! The professor wouldn't point a knife at... Oh, it's really, I mean, I swear that's like the only thing he said in the last 2.5 episodes. Oh, I'm gonna get pretty sick of saying, oh, dearie me, dearie, oh, what an impertinent child, I'm telling you I saw a knife. I distinctly saw the glint of a sharp blade.
Objection!
At any rate, as we can see now. The victim's arm is missing. As such, there is no proof that he had a knife.
Objection!
That is but a mere detail. It matters not. A mere detail matters not! Oh my. Anyhow, I wonder, where could that missing arm be? Yeah! That ought to be looked into! Who said that?
Hang on!
Hang on! Mister, do you have something you'd like to share with us, with the class? Hello? Hey, don't you slam shit at me, I slam things at you. It's Mr. Amir Punchbog to you, I say, Bluey. I to you, Bluey. The likes of you ought to show some respect for a future man of wealth such as me. You seem to be looking ahead to a future full of newly gained riches. I can look wherever I bleed in, please. Anyway, why are you looking at me like that? I don't know about that golden bloke's right arm. Oh, it's like circus music. Excuse me, Mr. Wright. What is it, Espella? Why'd they give him such a cute song? It's weird. I may be wrong, but there's something about that man. Wouldn't you say he looks suspicious? It's not just you. Everything about him is so shady, it makes me want to double check my pockets. Mr. Amir, stop pretending you don't know anything about the victim's missing eye. Oh my god! I've got it. I can't believe it. He sold the arm and bought jewels with it. Why would you turn one rare stone into other stone? That seems really weird to me. That's like if I traded in money for money. Oh well. Pretending I told you I know nothing. Not a 0-0. I ain't seen it, or heard about it, or put it in me pocket. Put it in your pocket. It wasn't me, honest. Seriously, I've got nothing to do with it.
Objection!
Who the hell is that?
Mia! You lying, cheating, good for nothing, you tried to deceive me!
Aha! That must be the guy who we sold the arm to. Order! Who is that person? Oh god, he's a witness too now? Dear lord. You want to know who I am? I'm Price the pawnbroker. And this man is a shameless, cheating bum. He had the nerve to lie to me. What did he lie to you about? I'll tell you. On the day of the crime, Amir came to my shop. He waltzed up to me saying he'd got his hands on a superb work of art, rare as gold dust. I think I know where this is going. That work of art, could it be? I've got it right here. This guy is messed up, just like I thought. That's... Oh my. Professor! It's the professor's arm. Oh, it's pure gold, exquisitely crafted. It was entitled, Towards Tomorrow or something like that. I'd never seen a piece of gold so fine before. And so, suspecting nothing, I paid that rascal a rather handsome sum. Who would have thought? And what am I hearing now? That it was a human arm, no less. You, sir, are a monster. You're as bad as the witch's familiar yourself. I didn't know if it was his arm, I swear. When I saw it, it was already like that. What do you mean? I was last to the scene and it caught me right away. That golden arm pointing up at the ceiling with such optimism and authority. I thought it looks like it's showing me the way to a better, brighter, richer tomorrow. To me, it was a work of art, a precious one at that. And then it found its way into your pocket and you pawned it. You mounted it on a crude stand, gave it a tawdry title, and passed it off as some kind of sculptor. Don't try and look away from the truth now. Darn it! I can look wherever I darn please. I'll look away from the facts and forward to the future. Always look on the bright side. That's a mere Pudge and Boggs motto. Oh, good. He's just the guy I want on my bench. How'd they repair his arm so fast? Where were we now? Ah, yes. The victim's arm has now been successfully reattached by one of our masterful craftsmen. Right in the middle of a trial? Okay. Knights of the court, you may resume the Inquisition. That would be really sick if they brought him back and he's like, my arm's gone! Ah! And he starts screaming and there's blood gushing everywhere and then he dies and then Luke becomes depressed and becomes a 30-year-old man who's just a drunk and alcoholic and sad. And Phoenix Wright has the guilt of having failed Layton. Ah, very sad future indeed. Very sad. This game is very dark. Knights of the court, you may resume the Inquisition. He is really distracting. At least one thing's clear now. As everyone can see, the victim definitely wasn't holding a knife. Oh, me! I gotta come up. I should replace that with something else, because you can't just have someone repeat a phrase over and over again. Should I just skip it from now on? It seems I may have been mistaken after all. When you think about it, the victim had already been turned to gold when we entered the room. According to the witnesses' testimonies, that was the case, yes. Well, then I'm sure you can see that it was easy to mistake that glittering pointing finger for a knife. Indeed. The victim's finger has a glint to it, resembling that of a sword's edge. Such a sense of power and intensity. It's enough to send a shiver down the spine of anyone being pointed at. No puzzle is a match for the power of the professor's pointed finger! I guess no one remembers I'm known for pointing like that too. I think your pointy finger makes quite an impression too, Mr. Wright. She's just taking pity on me. Oh, sweet child. Is that all you had to say, Sir Blue Knight? As I said before, whether the victim had a knife or not is completely irrelevant. Yeah, what he said. You better apologize to me now. Badgered me for no reason like that. Is that all there is to it? Or could that arm hold some other clues? we've come this far, maybe there's something else you could ask about. She's right, I need to ask more questions. Well then, Mr. Amir. Perhaps you can tell me one more thing about that arm. Where was it lying? That's a good one. You found the arm on the floor pointing upwards, you said. Yeah, I did find a skeep, as I say. It was pointing straight up at the ceiling. The arm somehow happened to fall down in such a way that it landed upright. What are the odds of that? Actually, that reminds me of a puzzle. Now, if you could just show us on this floor plan here. I'd like to know the exact spot where you found the victim's arm. Sure, I remember that well. It was right there. Yes. That's where you'd expect it to have fallen. Now, if that's where it was, then something's definitely not right. Well, yeah, it doesn't match the drawing that the court, what is it, court artist drew? Because that's not where it would fall then. If you keep looking at that sketch so intensely, you shall burn a hole in it. Or perhaps you're going to claim there's a contradiction in it somewhere. This arm is the final clue left by the professor. Even after turning to gold, he was pointing out something important. Namely, the key to solving this case. Well, Defender, do you see any problems in the locations as marked on the sketch? Always! There's always a problem! Of course there is a problem. Psh, yeah, right. What is that precisely? The professor's arm has armed me with some vital evidence. Its location leads to a huge contradiction. In that case, why don't you enlighten us and show us this so-called contradiction? What contradiction does the victim's arm create? Where am I supposed to point for this, though? Am I supposed to... Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Actually, this is a tricky one. Like, I kind of get what I think they want me to do, but... Am I... No, this can't be right. I'm gonna get this wrong.
Got it!
The contradiction is right here. What say you, Inquisitor Barnum? I believe that was definitive proof that there is a contradiction here, not in the sketch, but rather in this court. So I did get it right? No, that can't be right then. I think what Inquisitor Barnum means to say is that your objection was a little off the mark. I could be wrong, of course. Yeah, I got that, Espella. Okay, you appear to be looking away from the facts, rather like a certain witness. I won't look away from my mistakes, but I will keep looking on the bright side. And on the bright side, that's one possibility eliminated, and the chance for getting it right next time. Yes, yes. Oh, what is wrong with me today? Hold on. Deep breath. Drink something here. Okay. What am I supposed to point out? Maya? The staff. Maya? Or the staff?
Got it!
And this is the witch's scepter? I think I got it right. Because he was pointing at the witch where the scepter was, and not Maya. Let's go over the order of events as per the witnesses' testimonies. First, the witch cast a spell on the professor, turning him to gold. When all of you rushed to the crime scene, the golden statue fell down, making a loud noise. Next, the witch dropped the scepter. What are you getting at, Sir Blue Knight? All witnesses agree with this order of events. That's right. They all agree that's how it happened. But then there's the arm. Ooh, what is this new music? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Find a tambourine. Oh, yes. Well, what about it? Spit it out. Let's assume that Maya was the witch. Now look at the sketch again. The witch dropped the scepter after having turned the professor into gold. The scepter tumbled along the floor and was found here as asserted by the prosecution. However, that would be impossible. There's no way it could have been there. Ah, I see it now. Hunga! Ooh, the arm it was. In the way. I'm glad you seem to have noticed. The victim's arm was on the floor right here, standing on its end. Therefore, the scepter couldn't possibly have fallen that way. Ergo, it couldn't have been the defendant who dropped the scepter. In other words, Maya is not the witch. Oh yeah, cue the organ. I mean, shit's going down. Order! How can this be? The Inquisition's reasoning has been proven invalid through just one single piece of unusual evidence. Call it Layton's magical touch. Get it? Like Midas's touch? Except he's gold. Okay, shut up. The professor sacrificed his arm to leave us just the evidence needed to turn this thing around. That was amazing, Mr. Wright.
Objection!
Oh, Barnum, calm down. I am smarter than you. Get out. An admirable deduction, Sir Blue Knight. That I cannot deny. Even if we are to assume your reasoning is correct and that girl in the cage is not a witch. In the many trials I have attended, I have become well versed in certain aspects of magic. I am all too aware of its potential to confuse people, befuddle their minds, and make their memories hazy. No one can resist such a maddening influence. What are you saying, Bonham? The scepter could not have tumbled across the floor if the arm were in its way. However, can we be sure that this is where the arm was? Are all of the witnesses able to confirm its location at the time?
Objection!
We've heard what they had to say several times now. They agreed that the scepter fell after the victim fell over.
Objection!
And yet, no one actually saw the scepter being dropped. Witnesses, think back to that incident once more. Did the golden statue fall over first, or did the staff fall before it? Think carefully about what you have seen and heard. Everything hinges on your testimonies. May your words guide us to the truth and decide the fate of this caged witch. That's a weird order. Why did they do that? Why didn't they just go in line? I was about to get ready to leave, but it seems there is a need for further questioning. Testify once more, witnesses. Tell us of the golden statue in the Talia Magica. Talia Magica? Talia Magica. I was only focusing on the professor, so I don't remember much else. I don't know, I got there last. Besides, that thing was glinted and glinting away, so I couldn't see much else. Bewitched by love, or beloved by a witch. The poor cove knows not which is which. Dearie me, I remember how obvious it seems now the staff was dropped before the statue fell over. She's the only person that remembers, apparently. Wait a minute. What you all said just now is totally different from your previous testimonies. Sir Blue Knight, you are starting to notice it now, aren't you? What, that people are liars? That people can freely change their testimonies and have with no consequences? That is the way of magic. Such is the effect this black art tends to have upon those who witness it. The witnesses are not lying, but simply having trouble remembering the truth. Come on, Luke. You've been, you know, his protege for God knows how long. I think the first Layton game came out a decade ago. So you're like 30 years old, really. You're not really a kid, so you have no excuse. You should know exactly what to do. Oh, but then again, this is sort of like in the middle of the universe. Why am I trying to use logic to go the video game? Okay. Well, oh, it's been 20 minutes anyway, so I'm gonna end the video. I clearly need to end the video because I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Well, stay tuned for the next episode. and thanks for watching. Bye-bye!